Hello book nerds and welcome back. Today I have new books. I ended up today having an unexpected day off. I was on my way to work and I had a flat tire, so I had to call in, go get that taken care of, and then by the time that wrapped up, I already had a sub. I already had my lesson plans covered, so I went to Barnes & Noble. And I've been meaning to get in there for a while because our Barnes & Noble is moving. So the current location, they're gearing up to close down, and then they'll be moving up the road a little bit and reopening. So I thought I'd pop in to see if they had any sales going on, which they did. They had 25% off going on the entire store. So I walked out with some things. The first one that I got sounds so cute, and I think I might be the most excited for this one, and it's Gwen and Art Are Not in Love by Lex Croucher. And this one, the synopsis reads, "It's been hundreds of years since King Arthur's reign. His descendant, Arthur, a future lord and general gadabout, has been betrothed to Gwendolen, the quick-witted, short-tempered Princess of England, since birth. The only thing they can agree on is that they despise each other. They're forced to spend the summer together at Camelot in the run-up to their nuptials, and within 24 hours, Gwen has discovered Arthur kissing a boy, and Arthur has gone digging for Gwen's childhood diary and found confessions of her crush on the kingdom's only lady knight, Bridget Leclerc. Realizing they might make better allies than enemies, they make a reluctant pact to cover for each other, and as things heat up at the annual royal tournament, Gwen is swept off her feet by her knight, and Arthur takes an interest in Gwen's royal brother. Lex Croucher's Gwen and Art Are Not in Love is chock full of sword fighting, found family, and romantic shenanigans, destined to make readers fall in love." I love this cover, too. Look at that cover. The color scheme, the art. Oh, I'm so glad I picked this one up. The next one I picked up, which was a surprise to me because I thought this was coming out later in the year, is Apprentice to the Villain, and this is the second in the series. So in this one we return to work with the villain, and this synopsis says, "Evie Sage has never been happier to be the assistant to the villain. Who would have thought that working for an outrageously handsome, bad for his brand, evil overlord would be so rewarding? Still, the business of being bad is demanding. The forces of good are annoyingly persistent, and said forbidding boss is somewhat out of evil office. But Renaudon is in grave trouble, and all signs, Kingsley's included, point to catastrophe. Something peculiar is happening with the kingdom's magic, and it's made the villain's manor vulnerable to their enemies, including their nemesis, the king. Now it's time for Evie to face her greatest challenge, protecting the villain's lair, all of his nefarious works, and maybe, provided no one finds out, the entire kingdom. No pressure, Evie. It's time to step out of her comfort zone and learn new skills, like treason, dagger work, conspiring with the enemy. It's all so delightfully fun. But what happens when the assistant to the villain is ready to become his apprentice?" The first one was so cute. It was a nice little cozy fantasy. That was my first foray into cozy fantasies. So I'm excited to pick this back up, and it seems like in about a month or so might be the right time. The vibes will be right for reading this. Next, I picked up The Hexologist by Josiah Bancroft. And this one, this is the first in a series, which I didn't realize when I picked this up. It says, "The first book in a wildly inventive and mesmerizing new fantasy series wherein magical mysteries abound and only one team can solve them, the Hexologists. The Hexologists, Isolde and Warren Wilby, are quite accustomed to helping desperate clients with the bugbears of city life. Aided by hexes and a bag of charmed relics, the Wilbys are well acquainted with the weird, and they never shy away from a challenging case." Is that how you I don't know if that's how you pronounce that name. Isolde? Azolda. Azolda, according to Google Translate. But when they are approached by the royal secretary and told the king pleads to be baked into a cake, going so far as to wedge himself inside a lit oven, the Wilbys soon find themselves embroiled in a mystery that could very well see the nation turned on its head. Their effort to expose a royal secret buried under 40 years of lies brings them nose to nose with a violent anti-royalist gang, avaricious ghouls, alchemists who draw their power from a hell-like dimension, and a bookish dragon who only occasionally eats people. Armed with a love toughened by adversity and a stick of chalk that can conjure light from the darkness, Iz and Warren Wilby are ready for a case that will test every spell, skill, and odd magical artifact in their considerable bag of tricks. Next up, I picked up Rouge by Mona Awad. I haven't read anything of hers yet. I have heard a lot about Bunny, and I love the cover of that one. I just haven't picked it up yet. The back cover of this one describes Belle, who's obsessed with beauty, just like her estranged mother, Noelle. When Noelle mysteriously dies, Belle returns to Southern California, grappling with the lingering questions surrounding her mother's death. Soon after the funeral, a cryptic video about a transformative spa experience lures Belle to La Maison de Méduse, the same lavish, culty spa to which her mother was devoted. There, Belle discovers the frightening secret behind her obsession with her reflection and what lurks beyond the glass. With black humor and seductive horror, Rouge holds up a warped mirror to our relationship with mortality, the cult-like nature of the beauty industry, and the danger of internalizing its pitiless gaze. I also picked up Strange Sally Diamond by Liz Nugent, which I've heard a lot about, so I was excited to see this one at a discount. For Sally Diamond, people are unpredictable and hard to read. She's always preferred routines to spontaneity and silence to noise. I can relate. Adopted at age 6, she cannot remember any details of her childhood before then. Now 43, Sally finds the truth coming into sharp focus when her past becomes headline news. She endured something unthinkable as a child, and now the entire world knows exactly who she is. Suddenly, Sally herself is in the spotlight. People everywhere are digging into her past, and Sally is learning things about herself and her family that she never knew before. Soon, a stranger sends her a familiar teddy bear in the mail, but why does he call her Mary? And why is her new neighbor so obsessed with her? Told from the alternating perspectives of Sally in the present and a boy named Peter in the past, this is a novel that confronts the trauma of family secrets and explores one woman's brave decision to define herself and her future. Next, I picked up Nothing More to Tell by Karen M. McManus. And this one intrigued me because it's got an academic setting, and it's a murder mystery thriller. So the synopsis reads, 4 years ago, Bryn left St. Ambrose School following the shocking murder of her favorite teacher. His body was found in the woods by 3 students. The case was never solved, but now that Bryn is moving home, she's determined to find out what really happened. Her ex-best friend, Trip Talbot, is her way in. He was one of the kids who found Mr. Larkin, and it was Trip's account of what happened that cleared everyone. His friends have never forgotten what he did for them, and neither has he, because everything he told the police was a lie. 4 years ago, someone got away with murder. Now Bryn's ready to dig up the past to get to the truth. Only digging comes with consequences, and exposing the truth might change everything. And lastly, I picked up Delicate Condition by Danielle Valentine. And this cover has always caught my eye, so I finally just picked it up. The synopsis for this one says, Anna Alcott is desperate to have a family, but as she tries to balance her life as an indie actress with a grueling IVF journey, she starts to suspect that someone is going to great lengths to make sure that never happens. Crucial medicines are lost, appointments get swapped, cryptic warnings have her jumping at shadows, and despite everything she's gone through to make this pregnancy a reality, not even her husband is willing to believe that someone is playing twisted games with her. Then her doctor claims she's had a miscarriage, except Anna's convinced she's still pregnant, despite everything the grave-faced men around her say. She can feel the baby moving inside her, can see the strain it's taking on her weakening body. Vague warnings become direct threats, and as her symptoms and sense of danger grow ever more horrifying, Anna can't help but wonder what exactly she's carrying inside of her, and why no one will listen when she says something is horribly, painfully wrong. And the tagline on the front says that it's the feminist update to Rosemary's Baby. So this seems like a good one to read this fall also. So that's everything I picked up. This is me showing quite a bit of restraint because I wanted to keep scouring, but my arms were already weighed down, so I decided to call it, and I have a feeling there's probably going to be some kind of a sale when they open in their new spot too. So I showed a little bit of discipline, which I'm proud of, but whatever. So that's what I got. I'm feeling I'm feeling ready to move into the fall books. This summer I wanted to focus more on light, fun, fluffy, beachy reads, and I had a lot of fun reading those. However, now I'm ready for a change. I'm ready to turn a little darker, get a little bit more serious, a little bit more suspenseful. If you've read any of these that I picked up, let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. And that's where I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, happy reading, friends.